Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another part of Let's Play Kings Bound to the Dark Side. Before I started recording today, I spent some time thinking about the problem that we now have with heresiarchs, and I decided to actually solve it today. We probably won't be able to get the sacrifice scroll any soon. I still think that I saw it somewhere, but I might be wrong. So we'll instead grab a unit that has sacrifice as its special ability, and once we get enough heresiarchs we move it into reserve and get back to skeletons, and always from time to time we just switch back the units, or the unit is Blood Priestess. It's been recommended to me to do it multiple times, but as Priestess, well, they can get you more units, but they're terribly ineffective. It takes a long time, and especially when you have smaller stacks, it's just you're lucky if you get one unit per fight. Now when we have more leadership, we might be able to get like more units every time we use the special ability, but I still don't think that it will be terribly effective, and it may take multiple fights to get the heresiarchs that we need. We need 22 of them. My guess would be like 3 fights until we get enough, but we'll find out today. We don't have any rage, so we can teleport it back to shelter, don't lose anything. Should have lots of blood priestess. Oh, actually it's not that many. I wasn't paying attention to the amount of demon units we had, and actually, I thought that we would have a full stack. I have a feeling that 100 is not enough. We just hire all of them. Yep, and we'll be still missing some, which makes it even worse because now we will be working with with incomplete stack of priestesses, and this means it'll take even longer. But well, maybe we can go to Atrixus. I have no idea what we can hire here in these two buildings. Oh, problem solved. What's here, by the way? Yep, I knew that. I saw it somewhere. Okay. Can we buy it? We have a full spellbook, but from now on I'm going to remember where the sacrifice was. Okay. Maybe off camera I'll go back to the shelter again. Can we? Maybe we can learn something. Like for example, Phantom. Phantom is a really good spell on higher levels, so we want it no matter what. I know that you're one crystal away from another level of turn back time, but on level 4, I don't know, I'd prefer to get it to level 5. So we may have to just buy crystals, which is quite expensive, but when we can't get them in any other way, what else can we do? Can we get rid of one of the weakness scrolls? Let's try again. No. What about... no, this is not what I want. About learning chaos magic. We need to learn it anyway if we want to use the sacrifice. This is gonna delay the action rage by a long time. I'm gonna do it anyway. So, what do we want to learn from these? Reduce the total cooldown time of all talents of a friendly troop. Yeah, we want chaos gifts. Not terribly effective yet, but on higher levels should get better. How much damage is this? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's way too expensive. How much is flaming arrow? Okay, let's grab a flaming arrow. Now we should have enough room in the spellbook to buy sacrifice and learn it. Yep, when it's useful, it's expensive as hell. You can sacrifice one of your allied troops for the sake of another troop. The troop benefiting this from this gains a number of creatures proportional to the health taken from the target. The damage inflicted doesn't depend on the target resistance. You can sacrifice troops of undead only for the sake of another undead troop. That's not a problem. Still gonna learn it. It's expensive as hell. At least we can compare the effectiveness of the spell. It will be only level 1, but still. Actually, one more thing. How much better is it on higher level? 1200. Same amount of mana. 20 gems. Yeah, we'll have to buy gems. There is no way we'd be able to find this many gems that we need. We need like 80 gems, and we find like average probably 1 per part. I mean per video. So you'd never get enough. But well, we have both the priestesses and the sacrifice, so let's teleport back to Dragon Door. And we'll use the fights that we have around here to get some more units, hopefully. We can go back this way, but it would take forever. Yeah, let's go down here. We should have some fights right under us. We just need to find some easier fights, preferably without stuff like giants. What are you? Very strong miners, engineers, dwarves. That looks good. Let's move a bit closer. I think we should use a rage potion. The jealousy on first turn makes it much easier. And how many? 22. Just in case we don't want to get too many, we would lose control over the stack. Okay, where do we start? 1, 2, 3. We have to land here with our dragons, the usual tile. So the best thing we can do with jealousy is just use it here. Flip this stack and just basically block this area. We won't be able to do that much damage. If I use it here, it would definitely flip these miners and it wouldn't do anything. They would still attack dragons. So this may have at least some effect. Now shield. Next are our demonologists, so we can attack. Where's target? Here. There's something I want to know. either of our sacrifices use this summoned stack. Here's the sacrifice. And it can. So, let's see. How much is there gonna be? My guess is like 3, probably. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to avoid. How many was that? 43, I think we need? Can we just kill a few of them? Wow, that's not enough. What else do we have? It's a little bit more effective than what I expected. 240, it's 2. It's 11 that we have to kill, I think. How are we supposed to get the amount that we need? Okay, let's just do it this way. Okay, cool. This may take a while, but at least now we know the numbers. It went up by 31. Let's make sure that we have enough time. And that was a misclick. Just gonna make it even more interesting. Okay. I wonder what happens when I use Thread of Life. Let's test it. If it would resurrect... No, we can't use it on the Heresiarchs. The game still considers this stack to have a maximum amount of units what we started with, not the maximum that we managed to get to during the fight. Here, this is what I want to do. I should probably just hit this stack as much as possible. The good thing about the sacrifice is that it reloads. It takes forever, but eventually it will reload, so we can lose control over some stacks again. Yeah, let's go with the bleed. It's not the end of the world. The good thing about this is it shouldn't count as losses as long as we have more than we started with. It's not losses. Yep. Oh, but we should heal our dragons probably. Okay, second turn. Let's test this now. Okay, so the spell seems to be weaker. I thought that the Blood Priestess can't sacrifice summoned units, and it's the other way around. So maybe it was waste getting the spell. And what I want to try is sacrifice dragons. They should be resistant, which means we sacrifice less hit points. Therefore, it should summon less units. May end up killing our dragon, but units received 1. Yeah, that looks, I'd say, more under control. And yeah, the damage is reduced because we have the shield, because we have magic resistance, so the spell gives us some control over this. What we can also try is to use the sacrifice from Blood Priestess on dragons and then see how many units we get. This fight is taking much longer than it should, but it's quite important to know what we are working with. 1, 2, 3... we can fly onto this tile now. Let's keep hitting the miners. Okay, we're probably gonna need another resurrection after this. Not much we can do with Priestess this turn, and let's get Anger up. That is a problem. Now they'll completely ignore our dragons for a long time. One more turn. It's not that long. But this fight really, everything that can go wrong, goes wrong. Okay, this should be quite effective. And how does it look like their cooldowns? I mean buffs. Okay, so this time let's try to sacrifice dragons. Problem is, yeah, now we can't see how much damage we're gonna do and how many units we'll get from this. I'm afraid that we may kill one of our dragons. It's not too bad. 104. Okay, this is decent. This gives us some control over what we are doing. This might be a problem. Do we still have time? One more turn for target, that's fine. What I want to do... is probably... use turn back time. There is no way that we can hit exactly the number that we need, but we'll get quite close this way, I think. Oh, and this time it's significantly less effective because we didn't get a crit. So it seems that the sacrifice doesn't have fixed amount of damage. There's a range. Okay, this will be fun. Now, what else can we do? We don't need the target anymore. But we probably need more mana for the next fight. So let's just work on that. There we go. How much mana do we have? 71. I'm thinking about just doing one more sacrifice, but it's better to go with Calm Rage. And let's just make sure that we have enough rage for the next fight as well. Yeah, this was interesting, but in the next fight we know more what to expect, so it should be more under control. Only one rune, one might rune this time. Is there anything that we could do without wasting might runes? No. Every single ability right now requires might rune. And even if we try to get like through, grab one level and try to move on, it still need might runes everywhere. Never mind. I have no idea where you're gonna get those might runes, but oh well. Let's just work with what we have. We need 11 more now. So let's find quickly another fight. And let's make this goal the goal for today. Get the right amount of heresiarchs. What is this? Or who is this? Let's talk to this guy, but I probably lose the rage if we talk to him. Come on, there has to be some more fight somewhere. I see the red dots on the minimap. Just can't get to them. Hey, what are you? Alchemists, engineers, guard droids. This looks like a problem. This is even worse. This is the fight that we want, probably. Okay, let's try to run through and start this. So how do you want to do it? As usual, start with jealousy. This should flip the mic. Never mind. I still think that the engineers are level 4, the same as alchemists. Always forget that they're only level 3 and they can be flipped with the jealousy. Okay, I'm gonna be a bit greedy, but I want the chest just in case. There was a might rune. Okay, perfect. That was unexpected. Now, the next thing we want is target, of course. Okay, let's just hit something, doesn't really matter. And now, sacrifice, dragon, to get heresiarchs, and we need to know exactly how many we get. So it's 136, 141. That was 5. So the next one gets us to 146, which is not exactly what we want, but good enough. Let's focus on the engineers. Thinking. No, we can't afford to do it. We have to use time shift. I think about using sacrifice the spell this time, but we need all the buffs to stay active. Maybe next turn. Actually, let's do it this way. The problem with this is I can't use Orc Shield right now, because I think that would reduce the damage to 0 and we wouldn't get anything from our dragons. let's go with stone skin or we get into trouble. It shouldn't affect the sacrifice, I hope. It doesn't say what kind of damage this is. Physical damage. It might be physical damage. Well, another thing we need to test out if the stone skin reduces effectiveness of sacrifice. Yes, much better. Okay, the moment of truth. Last time we got how many? 6, I think? 5? Let's see. That it's just magic damage. Okay, nice. I'll just heal a bit. Can we speed things up now? Maybe taking the sacrifice spell wasn't so bad after all, because you can see that the priestess are good at sacrificing, but that's about it. They are not terribly effective when it comes to normal fighting. So if we have the normal sacrifice spell, we'll be able to just keep using skeletons and get a unit here and there. Not massive stacks, which should be enough. Why can't we attack something? We have one turn left for the target, so I'll just wait. Now we can use another Calm Rage. And finish the fight. So 146 out of 147, that's not bad. The rest... Yeah, the rest is definitely better to just buy instead of trying to get them with sacrifice. I mean, with the spell, you can probably do it. Though, risking that we lose control over one of our stags. I don't know, probably not worth it. It's very hard to just do the right amount of damage then to regain control. I think for a while we are fine, and again, once we get to like 170, let's say, quantity on heresiarchs, we will refill them again. But yeah, we are done for today. I think in the end we managed to do what we wanted to do. I kind of learned how to work with sacrifice, how effective it is, and what affects it. And I'm really surprised how effective the Blood Priestess can be when used on the right stack, and the fact that they can sacrifice summoned units. Though they did what we wanted them to do, so let's switch them back for skeletons, and in the next part we'll just keep clearing Dragon Door, I think. So, as usual, I hope that you like this part, that you're gonna join me for the next one again, and until then, have a good time. Bye bye.